We've known that there's been a big pay gap that's grown over the last decade or so between early childhood education teachers working in centres like this one and those who are working in kindergartens. And that's grown because the funding rates haven't kept up with increased salary costs. We will be introducing a new funding rate, a new higher funding rate for services, ECE services that are paying their staff at least the first 6 steps on the kindergarten teacher salary scale. That significantly moves us towards pay parity. It means that kindergarten teachers working in non-kindergarten ECE services should, if they've been working for 6 years, be paid at least what a kindergarten teacher who had been working for 6 years would be. The funding rates move from around $50,000 to around $65,000, so that can be quite significant pay increases for those teachers, and it moves us well down the track to narrowing and eventually closing that gap between ECE teachers working in community-based and private ECE services relative to kindergartens. We've got more work to do to design a new funding system, but in the meantime, this is a big step in the right direction.
So that's a really good win for us, especially for our beginning and teachers earlier in their career. It's really going to give them a moral boost, I think. Some of you might achieve a pay rise of up to 17%, which is life-changing.
In July, when the kindergarten teachers' pay goes up, the bottom step that everyone else in the ECE sector has to attest to will go up but the same amount. So that's great that we maintain pay parity on the bottom step. Along with that, from January next year, centres can opt in to a higher rate of funding if they pay their teachers on the bottom 6 steps on the kindergarten teachers collective agreement. This is huge. This is a huge step towards pay parity for the early childhood sector.
Hopefully this for us means that teachers will stay in the sector. We know how hard it's been to retain quality teachers, and hopefully people will start to see that this is a viable occupation, a professional occupation that is paid well. For children, it's going to affect their education, their lives. When a teacher is quality, when they're paid well, when their working conditions are strong, education can only be better.
For everyone that's fought for this over the last 20 years, thank you so much. I know we've still got a long way to go, but we have made a huge stride today. For early childhood teachers that are not part of the NZDI Te Reo, this is a great time to join. Together we could negotiate a collective agreement for the whole of the early childhood sector.